Hey everybody, it's Dallas Copsey here with MLMS Plus, here to give you another training. This one is going to be on how to get your KW profile up to that 100% completion. Before we do so, I want to go ahead and show you a list that I put together that gives you each individual item that we will be going over that contributes to your 100%. As you can see in this list, it is color coordinated, because there are two sections in your profile that we'll be filling out. One is my KW info, also known as white pages, that is put in red. And the other section, titled Other, also known as my referrals, that's in blue. The white pages is significantly larger. It contributes to 85% of your 100% total. And then the my referrals is just 15. Both are important to get that 100% though. And since this is a YouTube video, feel free to pause it right now and screenshot this or take a photo of it with your phone, whatever you'd like to do. So let's go ahead and get started. As we do with any KW.com training, I'm going to go ahead and log into your KW.com account by clicking that red login button. We don't need to, it already is. Alright, once you're logged in and you're on the landing page, you're going to start off by going to your profile by looking up towards the top left where you'll see a blue profile button. Once you click on that and you're in your profile, you'll see three different sections. You'll see my KW info, my leads, and other. We're going to start off by going to my KW info to the white pages and clicking the edit button. Alright, so once we're logged in, I'm going to go through the exact 18 items that are in the white pages that contribute to your 100%. Starting from the top down, obviously your headshot is a big one. It does contribute to 10% of your profile. So you would just click the upload agent photo, click browse, search your computer, find your headshot, and then upload it. Once you do that, you're 10% closer to that full 100%. For the other 17 items, again, I'm going to go from the top down, and at any point, and since you're following along on a YouTube video, once I mention something, you can pause it, fill it out, and follow along, or kind of watch the video all the way through, whichever is easiest for you. So, like I said, from the top down, first name and last name both contribute 5%. Next on the list is your address. So street, city, state, and zip. Street 2 is not required because not every address or market center has a suite number. If yours does, put it in there. If not, don't worry about it and we'll move on. Next portion would be phone numbers, both business and mobile. Home is not required. Both of those add an additional 5% as well. While we're talking about phone numbers, your mobile carrier is also one. Once we finished up with phone numbers, next on the list that you can see here is country. So go ahead and select the country that you're in. And then the dreaded bio. A lot of people don't like doing this, but it is part of your 100%. It's another 5% of the total 100. As you can see with this text box, it is small, but if you see this type of corner on any text box, that can be clicked and dragged out. That way you have some more room to type out your bio. Or if you already have it in a Word doc, you can just copy and paste it right in there. Alright, so once you're done with your bio, we move on to URLs. The only ones that matter here for your 100% would be Facebook, Twitter, and your blog. Now, don't worry if you don't have any of those things. You can put in your website URL, whether it's just kw.com, it's your Play Store website, or your eEdge site. You can go ahead and put that URL in there in place of what would be your Facebook, Twitter, or blog URL. That way, you still get the percentages. Once you're done with the URLs, there's only 3 things left. One of those 3 would be languages spoken. If you speak more than one, that's very impressive. I unfortunately only speak one, so I would just select English. Select whichever ones you can speak, and we'll move on to display. So we would go to display profile on kw.com, make sure it's checked off as yes. And then the last but definitely not least, because it is another 10% towards your 100%, that would be your email. So go ahead and put in your email. Once you put in your email, you're done with the white pages portion. So go ahead and hit that save button at the bottom. And go ahead back to the control panel. So in the control panel, we're done with the white pages portion. Next portion would be the My Referrals. So we'll go ahead and select the edit button. The My Referrals portion, as you can see, is much shorter. This is the entire My Referrals section. For this, there is only 5 items. These 5 items contribute to 15% of the 100%. The first of the 5 is specialties. Now with specialties, as you can see, it does have the 2 slanted lines at the bottom, which means you can drag and stretch that out if you need to. Now, as you can see, these aren't specialties. This is Brittany Piccarelli's account, and all the information is directed towards MLMS Assistant, as you see in the team name. So, for example, if you wanted to put in specialties here, such as commercial, residential, single-family resident, homes, or first-time buyers, these are all going to show up on one line. So if you were to type it in as such, even if you put them in a column like this, they're going to show up all on the same line. So what you're going to want to do is put them all together in one line, but make sure you have a comma and a space between each one so it doesn't all blend together like it's a sentence. That same thing goes for designations as well. If you're more than a realtor, make sure to put comma, space, and whatever else you'd like to put in there. Just make sure you put that comma and space between each one. Next, right below that would be slogan. If you don't have a slogan, it's fine. My recommendation would be to just go to Google, search for real estate slogans, and just pick a generic one if you'd like. Or take some time to try to think up something maybe a bit more creative. But that does add, unfortunately, 1%. So it's not a huge portion of that 100%, but if you want that full 100, you will need to input something there. Next on the list is service areas, but do not click add service areas just yet. If you were to click add service areas, anything you haven't saved thus far will be wiped clean, and you'll have to re-input it. So might not be a lot of information, but it will be some, and you don't want to have to do any extra work. So we're going to hold off on that until the very end, which is right after we do referral notes. So with referral notes, of course, the best gift you can offer is a referral from a friend or family, or anything else you'd like to put for your referral note. And again, it does have the 2 slanted lines on the bottom, so this can be clicked and dragged out if you need to. Once you're done with that, go ahead and hit the save button on the bottom. And once you've saved, then you can go ahead and click add service areas. As you can see, you can add them in here, submit each one, delete any that shouldn't be there, and as soon as you submit it, it saves it. So you're good to go once you've set up all the cities that you want to have displayed that you serve, and you're done. So at that point, once you come back to your control panel, you should be able to go to My KW and click on that logo at the top left. And when you come back, that profile at the top left should read 100%. If it does, you're good to go. So that covers this training. If you felt like it was informative, please leave a like, and also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you get notified anytime we release new videos with some helpful content.